in the starting lineup, taking on Orangeville Prep. The double team gets the ball to George, whose cousin Nathan George plays in the NCAA, formerly of Georgia Tech. Charles fading away, leaves it short. Quickly out the other way, Tutu Toto into the front court, keeps the dribble alive, kicks it out, and that's saved by Rasheed Morrison. J.J. Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson. We've been here all day. We've had 3 very different matches so far. This one, oh, that alley-oop attempt from Onari Hall, intended for Toto, just a little too strong.
Well, this is, I think, going to be a very exciting matchup here. One person that has absolutely caught my eye in this matchup is, of course, Jordan Charles. We know Jordan Charles because of nationals for Canada and Team Ontario. Jordan Charles was part of that 2 summers ago for U17, and he was an absolute animal. I mean, you could ask him to do anything for that team, and if things were just a little down, he'll just drop 30 just because he can. And then this summer, he had a fantastic showing at the U16 FIBA AmeriCup representing Team Canada. So he's got so much experience to bring to this team, and I'm excited to see what he does. But we also know one of his teammates, Noah Dark, he was on that same nationals team or provincials team with Jordan Charles. So another name that we see pop around a lot when it comes to representing bigger teams and big names.
So Noah George at the line. He goes 2 for 3 off the foul from Cole Arrow, who's somebody I'm really interested in seeing here today. Cole comes from Manitoba. He formerly played at PSA Prep. He's got great vision, great ball handles, and understanding of where to be on the court. Second foul of the game goes against BJ Odorlino. To the line will be Bami Olusakin, formerly of North Star Prep. He was the MVP of Aveda Invitational last year. And Jordan Charles definitely had his biggest performance, perhaps, of his career against the Americans.
Yes.
At that AmeriCup.
Yeah, if his name wasn't already solidified as someone who's going to represent Team Canada for a long time before that game, it definitely was during that game.
Noah George fielding offers from UCSB, that's University of California, Santa Barbara, Arizona State, and Oregon, as the ball fumbled by Charles and out of bounds. Both teams really seeming a little disconnected to start the game. Here's Arrow, the 6'2", class of 2028 guard. Wouldn't know it just by looking at him, fully tatted up. Pulled back out by Morrison. He's going to swing it to Hall on the far side. Scratch that Toto. Into the corner. Stepping out of bounds, and the gray line claims yet another victim, Haley.
Yes, if anyone watching right now has not tuned into any of the games previously today, these gray out of bounds lines cause a lot of trouble for the players on this court. Whether it's just because it's light, whether it's the lights hitting off of the court, whatever it is, these corners are absolutely dangerous. So staying mindful about where your feet are when you grab a pass or anything like that is very crucial, because the turnovers start to add up real quick.
Nice inside find. And early on, we've got a warning on obstruction, touching the ball after it goes through the hoop. Odorlino gets the 2 points. It's also worth mentioning that Noah George's father, Michael George, works for Clutch Entertainment Group. Obviously, under Rich Paul and the LeBron, group.
Yep.
He's based out of Phoenix, Arizona. The pass intended for Arrow, knocked out of bounds by Rokeem Green, who's also fielding a bunch of offers. The 6'2" senior, the University of Akron, Wichita State, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M, to name a few. A lot of these guys on this Bella Vista grind squad, with the exception of Satimo Yugu, will have decisions to make by the year's end on where they will continue to play their basketball. Morrison drills the three. That knots us up at 4. George looking for a lane. Arrow sticks with him. They kick it back out top side. Tons of time and space. The response. Nice Bakare. Plays his club ball with Uplay. Has committed to Penn State as of July 7th. Onari Hall looking inside. Dumps it off to Olusegun. Inside off flats with the left.
Well, I agree with you, Jude. At the start, it looked like these teams definitely looked a little disconnected, but they both settled in real quick. And we're going back and forth here with some really great plays and shots.
Noah George has worked a couple of plays downhill, and with that look-off pass to the corner, Arrow read it well. Cole Arrow, again, class of 2028, playing up a couple of years. Grew up in Manitoba. Goes for the strip there. Jordan Charles with the fadeaway. That's off the mark. Onari Hall with the rebounds. Quickly ahead. Here's Toto. Finds himself with time and space. Elevates. Gets his own rebound. One dribble. Puts it right back up. Doesn't get it to go. Morrison squeezes in for the rebound on the putback. Green. Given time and space. Gets underneath. Kicks it out. That shot falls for Nice Bakare. Charles with the strip. Takes it inside. Contact. Foul's going to go against Onari Hall. Another class of 2028 guard playing up against the group of 2026s. And in comes Lamar Murray and Joel Campbell for Orangeville. Charles rattles in the first. The second off the mark, fading away. Rokeem Green kisses the glass.
Well, they've done a great job on not giving up on any plays. And then, of course, just like that, Green getting extra buckets here.
Joel Campbell attacks baseline looking for the dump off. It's not there. Somebody's got to come to the rescue. Olusegun back to Campbell, who hits the three. George forced back to the timeline. He gets it back as he attacks from the elbow, elevates. No. Campbell with the rebound, head up. No one to give it to, but he finds a streaking Toto, and Toto dumps it off while being fouled. It'll be a baseline out of bounds. It's been a great 3 days of basketball here at the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Classic. The first 2 days taking place up at the Athlete Institute in Orangeville. The final day here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center. We appreciate you tuning in. It's JJ Evison and Haley Hopkinson on the call as we get set for another exciting Ontario Scholastic basketball season and Ontario basketball season as well. The showcase coming up next weekend from Bill Crothers Secondary. That will be live streamed as well as we prepare for the upcoming seasons. The defending champion OSBA Ridley College Tigers will be defending their title. Capitol Courts Academy claimed it in the women's division last year. George intercepts that pass, looks up court. No one's there, so he's going to dance with it inside and lose the handle. Lamar Murray with one to beat. Murray with the left off glass, too strong. Two Bella Vista teammates fighting for the rebound. George ends up with it. Green dancing. Takes the shot. Stripped. It's a 2-on-1. Onari Hall keeps, misses. The dump off. Green off glass. Olusegun altering the trajectory of that just with his presence alone. Quickly ahead, Halt with the dump off. And where is Bella Vista on defense?
Right. I mean, that was 3 breakaways in a row for Orangeville, and Bella Vista is pretty lucky that that was the only one that really paid off. I mean, Orangeville is getting these great looks, but does do better when they have those numbers. Just because they had the numbers there and it paid off for them. But yeah, Bella Vista not hustling back on defense, and offense will not carry you through a game like this. Orangeville is a very competitive team, so going to have to play the ball on both ends for sure to the best of their abilities.
I mean, obviously, Orangeville Prep, formerly the Athlete Institute, has numerous alumni, one of which just became an NBA champion in Lou Dort, Montreal, Quebec. He had time there at the Athlete Institute, as did Jamal Murray, of course, a couple of NBA players with experience there. They've been known to churn them out. They've got a program up there that just does it the right way.
Yeah. And the facilities they have too. We did a media day there 2 years back now, and it's fantastic. Field house and everything. So it is a great school. They've got a lot to offer there.
It's unfortunate to see Isaiah Lucuza sidelined for Orangeville Prep. He is a player who can get up with the best of them. The 6'6" forward, class of 2027. Again, experience with Team Ontario. He could throw it down.
Yep.
Just the depth on this Orangeville Prep squad, coached by John Sidori, is phenomenal. You look at guys like Noah Dacre, who you talked about. He's got an offer from Ohio University. He played at the U16 Canada America, for Canada at the FIBA America Cup tournament. Lucas Jędrusiak, another one of those players.
And I feel like that's something that makes this matchup so exciting, is that the two players are very familiar with each other, or at least some of the lead players on both sides of these teams. So we're going to get a lot of really great matchups and some great battles.
Here's another player with NBA in the bloodline. It's Nashane Sharp, whose older brother Shaden plays for Portland. Obviously a high flyer in his own right. George has a topside picked up by Murray. Works to the left. Murray doing a good job keeping those feet moving. Sharp accepts the pass. Tries to get baseline, but he touches that gray area out of bounds. And in comes Noah Dacre, as does Jordan Charles, returns to the court. Heading to the bench is Onari Hall and Noah George. Murray has it, picked up by Sharp. Campbell turns the corner, gets Charles in the air, but picks up the dribble. Here's Dacre, who looks like he's put on about 10 to 15 pounds in the offseason. Kicks it to Murray. Surprised that wasn't a kickball call. They're going to reset at the top. Orangeville, 4 on the shot clock. Toto inside. He's got to get it off. Called for the travel. Here comes Sharp over the timeline with it. Bella Vista's got 3 teams here at the Showcase Tournament. This is their grind squad. We just saw the EYBL team. Up next is the EIBC3 squad. All teams coming out of Arizona. Lamar Murray turns on the Jets. Looking for Olusegun down low. It's not there. So he swings it over to Rico Reet. They try the entry pass, no good. Reet keeps. Dacre top side. Reet looking for space inside. It's not there. Murray catch and shoot. Bottom. Little off balance, but it counts just the same. 17-16 now. Close game. Sharp to the rack. He goes down hard. Upcoming free throws for Nashane Sharp. Fouls the first on Bami Olusaka.
Shooting number 15, Charles.
1 for 2 from the line to Shane Sharp. Makes it 18-16 for Bella Vista's grind squad. Murray finds the flasher in the middle. It's Christ Nadu. Back to Murray. He just drained one from there. Leaves that one short. Charles with a head up. He finds Nice Bakare, who jams it. The other way, blocked at the top. Looked clean from here. All three officials with their whistle blown. It's Christ Nadu. Jason Akani gets called for the foul. Nato to the line.
Well, our 2 o'clock game was intensely physical. Our 4 o'clock one, not so much. This one, I feel like it could maybe not match the 2 o'clock one, but it could definitely start to compete with it a little
Yeah, it
bit.
definitely has the appearance of physicality
Yeah.
early as we are under a minute 30 left in the opening quarter. Noah
Absolutely.
Dacre with the offensive board off the missed free throw. Something you never want to see as the head coach of the free throw shooting team. Nato to Joel Campbell. Pulls up from the midi. Noah Dacre again on the offensive glass. There's going to be a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Walter Onyekwelu. And Onyekwelu will check out.
29
As does Nice Bakare. One minute to go in the opening quarter. Dacre looking inside. He finds Campbell fading to the corner. That pass intercepted. Foul in transition as Jason Akani couldn't get out ahead of the pack. It's going to go on Joel Campbell. Both teams out of fouls to give. 14 fouls each. Sharp accepts the inbound pass quickly to the far side. Forced to stay out on the perimeter. Charles with the finger roll. Nice pass from BJ Odorlino.
Orangeville definitely trying to use pace here so they don't let Bella Vista set up any sort of defense around them.
Reach shot is blocked. Here comes Sharp. He's going to lob it up for just out of the reach. Yeah, it was a little bit more forward than it was up.
Yeah.
Odorlino couldn't get his fingertips on it. Orangeville can have the last possession if they want it. Reed finds Campbell. They'll reset. Murray's coming up. Charles gets away with the jersey pull. Campbell turns the corner, pulls it back through the lane. Jump stop. Dacre with 4 on the shot clock. Fouled by Charles, I should say. Excuse me.
A little too aggressive there on the double team.
Jordan Charles wanted that turnover in the fast break the other way to end the quarter.
He did, yes.
He lives in momentum. Noah Dacre at the line shooting too. Again, maybe he grew about
yeah.
a few inches as well.
Yeah.
He looks like he put on some muscle and grew a few inches.
Mm-hmm.
To make it a 4-point game. 4.1 left in the opening quarter. Dacre at the line. Orangeville trail. 22-17. And they'll stay that way. Charles quickly with 1 on the shot clock. is fouled in the act of shooting
Oh,
by Rico Reet. It'll be 3 shots for Jordan Charles.
oh. Orangeville
That's a tough foul
cannot
to
be happy
take.
with that.
No,
That's
a
probably one
tough
of the
foul to
worst
take.
ones you can take. Luckily in the first quarter, but if that, like, yeah, not the one you want to take, but probably one thing that Jordan Charles was exactly looking for.
Absolutely. They're going to put .4 back on the clock, which gives Orangeville an opportunity on a make for a catch and shoot. Charles missed the first, drains the second. Bring it back to 5-point lead. Charles hits the third, so 2 for 3. Dacre looking downfield. They're going to bring it down to .3, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Still enough for a catch and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Joel Campbell realizes it's very unlikely, so he just tucks it away and lets the clock expire. We'll step aside for the quarter break. You're watching the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Showcase Tournament live on the OSBA TV channel on YouTube. Don't go anywhere, folks. (24-17) CIA Bella Vista's grind squad ahead of Orangeville Prep here in what is a tight first quarter. As we enter 10 more minutes until the half, Jamal Murray is in fact in the building. Here to cheer on his younger brother Lamar and his Orangeville squad. As it looks like we've returned to the starting lineups, minus Noah Dacre remaining in the game. Here's Cole Arrow. We touched on him earlier in the contest.
Mm-hmm. He had a very strong start to this game, so excited to see him and see what
Dacre.
he can continue to do.
Foul on the closeout. Satimo Yugu goes by Timo. He's got some offers from the University of Albany, Long Island University. Part of that Ontario National Championship, the U17s, 2 summers ago. Cole Arrow pulls it from deep but misses. Here's George out and on the run. Noah George leaves it for Charles. Oderlino and Charles playing give and go. Charles looking for the right time to turn on the Jets. Oderlino. Nice give and go. Couldn't finish it. Noah Dacre takes an elbow to the face as he tries to push the pace for Orangeville. Foul's going to go against Yugu. 6'8" class of 2028. It's funny, we've seen a lot of these class of 2028 guys
Mhm.
spring up early.
Yeah.
6'8", 6'9", 6'10", a lot of them we've seen today. Orangeville have numbers. Toto all the way untouched and couldn't finish. George from the elbow, fouled by Arrow. That's Arrow's second personal. And Bella Vista have 6 players on the court. So BJ Oderlino will check out as Nice Bakare checks in. Noah George makes good on the first. The second will fall as well. Rasheed Morrison behind the back trying to shake George. George is right there for him every step of the way. And Morrison dribbles it out of bounds. Turnover. Bella Vista ball, lead to 9 with a chance to add now. Noah George turns the corner, kicks it inside. Rokeem Green off the mark. Charles with the offensive rebound, swallowed up by 3 black jerseys. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors CIA Bella Vista. It will be a baseline out of bounds. Charles trigger. Orangeville substitution. Abami Olusikin in for Noah Dacre. Charles finds a quick pass, but it's left short. Morrison goes up for the jam, and it's blocked at the top. Second chance opportunity is good. Timo Yuga with the block. Couldn't get up to get the second.
Orangeville's had numerous opportunities for fast breaks here, but Bella Vista's going to send one right back.
Nice. Bakare has the response. Onari Hall to the far side. Toto dumps it off. Morrison finds Hall. Hall working inside, loses the handle. Loose ball, fought for. Charles quickly ahead to George, who's got a runway, and throws it down with 2 hands. Got to win those 50-50 battles with the loose balls if you're going to have an extra chance at points on the board. It's an 11-point deficit for Orangeville Prep. Cole Arrow working on Noah George, 2 years as senior. Nice pass. Morrison with the 2-handed jam, and that gets a round of applause from Jamal Murray baseline. George just so calm. He'll work back and splash a deep 2.
He does play extremely, extremely calm, and he's had a fantastic start in this game so far.
It's a power play for Orangeville. And it's a turnover. Charles thought about it. Turns on the Jets, gets by, gives it up. Rokeem Green slips. Baseline jumper is fouled by Toto. Contact on the arm. Joel Campbell's going to check back in for Orangeville. Cole Arrow will head to the bench. Rokeem Green at the line. Rokeem Green, by the way, 42 points in the BioSteel All-Canadian game back in 2023. He'll give it to you all sorts of ways.
Seeing a lot more pressure there defensively from Bella Vista. A little bit of a press.
Joel Campbell finds Hall, who finds Morrison from deep back iron. Loose ball picked up by Manny. Sharp drills the three right in front of his own bench. Hall attacks the paint, keeps it alive. Morrison, one dribble, tries to come out of it. Double dribble called on the play. Tough to work in tight quarters right there under that
Definitely.
basket.
Yeah, no, I was surprised the pass got to him in the first place. Too many hands and long arms there.
You got to put your teammates in spots to be successful, and putting them in the tight quarters is not doing that. 37-21 is a 16-point lead as Charles gets assaulted on the way up by Morrison. Coach Dwayne Washington of the Grind team constantly in conversation with his players on the court.
Absolutely. You can tell, and it just starts from the top. That communication is extremely important. You see assistant coaches on the side talking to the players on the bench who are just coming off, and that's definitely a key contributor as to why it's such a strong team, is just the constant communication with each other.
Charles sinks the first as Bella Vista leave the key empty. (39-21) now, and slowly Bella Vista expanding this lead. Hall to Nato. Back to the far side. Toto kept on the perimeter. The pass inside, save. Here's Murray. He's drilled one from here. One dribble side step, off glass, no good. Loose ball. Again, 50-50 ball goes the way of Bella Vista. No look pass, Sharp, feet set. Oh, that rims around, doesn't go. Falling on his behind was Onyekwelu. Couldn't get it to go. Hall almost had his pocket picked by Sharp. Bounce pass on the baseline. Spin move inside. And a nice finish by Nato. Jordan Charles manufactures a pass out of the double team. He wants the ball back on the top side. Instead, the shot is going to go up and miss everything. Noah George checks back in. Timeout on the floor. We got 5:01 left in the second quarter. 39-23, 16-point lead for the kids from Arizona by way of all parts of the country here in Canada. Some from Africa. Really an international squad.
No, absolutely. We've got a very exciting, competitive, and high-scoring game here. I think it comes down. Orangeville's had a fair amount of breakaways in this game already, but capitalizing on those is a different story, which is something that Bella Vista has been able to do. But you're so right. Those 50-50 balls are going to be the most important part of this whole thing.
This Blue Arrow Classic brought to you by New Balance, Ontario Basketball, and the Athlete Institute. It's a great showcase tournament for a lot of these kids who start their careers maybe here in Canada, move down to Arizona to play some higher level hoops, come back and throwing it down as Olusek can absolutely a thunderous slam. The energy on the Orangeville bench just went from a 5 to a 10.
Absolutely.
George turns the corner, backs it out. Whip pass, top side three. Ikani off the mark. Here's Murray trying to beat Sharp off the dribble. Gets it back to Hall, who attacks with the left, finishing with the right off 1 foot. Rokeem Green streaks down the right-hand side. Looks for the middle lane, gets it up and under, not there. George collects loose ball and another 50-50 ball that finds a white jersey. Here's Lamar Murray with it, picked up by Sharp. He gives it up to Hall and relocates to the far corner. Hall picked up by Green. The screen comes. The switch is there. Hall has time and space. Rokeem Green tries to get back in position, but Hall had already gotten to the spot. Foul on number 2 for Bella Vista. Hall makes good on both the free throws. It's an 11-point game. Scratch that. It's a 12-point game. George with the handoff from Green. Looking up top. And Jason Ikani was hit on the backside going up for the alley-oop. And the amount of no-look passing coming from this Bella Vista squad,
Yeah.
really underscores the comfortability of these players playing together.
Yeah, absolutely. That and the trust and just also the ability for all of them to be ready for anything no matter what, because I'm sure all of them are assuming it could be me at any point, right? So everyone is ready to take the initiative, to take the shot, or at least take the pass, which we've seen today some teams kind of struggle with. And whether it's just like the age and comfortability is just like being okay to be the one with the ball and to take that shot. And so far, it doesn't look like either of these teams have a problem with that. So it is great to see.
Onari Hall doesn't hesitate. The pass from Murray from the backcourt makes it a 10-point game. 3 minutes to go in the opening half. George gives it up to Oderlino. Now to Ikani. Attacking baseline, leaving it short, getting his own rebound. Ikani fouled on the 3rd attempt and having trouble finishing around the basket. Rico Reet, Noah Dacre back into the game for Orangeville. A little bit of a smaller lineup, perhaps more shooting from the perimeter.
Well, it's not a bad idea. They've closed this gap to now 11, could potentially be 12, but it was 20 at one point. So working a little bit around the perimeter, they have had some great 3-point looks, and that seems to be something that opens up. And if not, the lanes are wide open, and they got a speedy team as well.
Joel Campbell now directing traffic. Picks up the dribble, a little bit in trouble. Dacre picked up by Green inside. Olusegun. Hall. Murray. Feet set, shot up front, iron gets the roll. Rokeem Green showing off his handles. Finds the roller. Baseline jumper side of the backboard. Campbell with a head up. Shakes George on the first level of defense. Dacre, no hesitation. Unable to keep it alive was Rico Reet. Jordan Charles checks back into the game. So too does Timo Yugu. Right into the path of Green. Off glass, too easy in transition. Murray finds space, gets hit from behind. He'll go to the free throw line for two. Green's momentum just going too much to slow down. Lamar Murray in his senior year at Orangeville Prep. Can impact the game in many ways. He'll be looking to be more of a scorer this year. Cole Arrow checking back in, as does Rasheed Morrison. So clamp down on defense right now to keep it within 10. Currently 8. Wide open in the corner. Nice Bakare off the mark. All the way to the rack. Morrison leaves it short. Dager couldn't follow up. Green looks for George. It's Charles to George, who's out of bounds.
Very few of those in this game, though. I think that we can't be at 5, I don't think yet, which is very rare.
Timeout on the floor. 1:21 left in the opening half. Both teams need to discuss ways to finish out the half. Obviously, some of the most important minutes of a game. Momentum can shift at this point. Either Orangeville carves into that lead, or Bella Vista balloons it up.
Well, absolutely. And I think it's about both teams' offense are clicking, but neither one seem to be too locked in on that defense right now. Like we just saw, a wide open 3 opportunity. It was lucky it didn't go in for Orangeville, but that's you can't be having those, especially if it does become a close game. Those are opportunities that you're going to kick yourself for later. So both teams, I think, need to do a little bit more. I'd love to see some pressure on maybe a little bit of a press, a half-court press, something like that. Both these teams are so competitive, so adding in a little bit more defensive pressure would definitely turn this matchup up a little bit.
Orangeville have the ball with 1:21 left. Cole Arrow calling out the play. John Sidori showing a lot of trust in his young point guard. Looking to develop him into a weapon for years to come. Daker, the catch and shoot, no good. There for the rebound and the putback is Morrison, cleaning up the glass. Green hands it off to George. Now Charles. Left short from the hands of Bakare. There will be a second chance opportunity for Bella Vista here. Up 6, kick to the corner, and a heel out of bounds. Don't count the basket. Turnover.
I might have jinxed it.
And another timeout for Orangeville. And you can tell that this game might not affect standings in any league.
Right.
But it's a win that could set this team off on the right foot.
Yes.
For the upcoming year.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for both teams. No one wants to take this loss right now, especially the players. They're so familiar with each other, but the teams aren't that familiar with each other. So it's a great way to show off the teamwork and everything. And you're so right, to be able to walk away for either team to say that they beat the other one, start their season. It's a real confident booster and would bring the team a lot closer together.
Well, when you look at what Orangeville's done this weekend, they've had 2 games already, and they're 0-2. They lost to the Bella Vista EYBL team, who we just saw. A very, very good team. Tall,
very
team,
good,
athletic team. They lost by 21, and then yesterday they lost to Dynamic Prep by 30. We saw Dynamic Prep earlier here today.
Yeah, that
as well.
was
That was a
extremely physical team. That was, and if you're not prepared for that, that's hard to adjust to in the game.
you can get into foul trouble early, and then you're just giving up free throw attempts. And
Yeah. And again, like a good start against a very physical team like that is absolutely crucial. So, but it would definitely mean a lot for the team morale of Orangeville to walk away with a win from Vista Prep.
Cole Arrow gets downhill, finishes with the left. Beautifully drawn up play there by John Sidori. Charles could have held for the last possession. Instead, sidestep three. What an absolute dagger. Arrow moving back to his left, elevates, contact on the head. Rokeem Green picks up, I believe, his third foul.
Yeah. That's tricky because his handles this whole game has been extremely helpful, and he's having a great game, so not ideal there. Have to play more disciplined going into the second half of the game.
Again, I've liked what I've seen from this kid, Cole Arrow, the way he's handled himself, the way he brings his teammates up, he refocuses them, the way he completes the play at the basket, moves off the ball. There's a lot to like about this kid's game.
Yeah, no, I agree. Seems like a very well-rounded player, give you a little bit of everything.
So Orangeville stuck 5, 2.9 on the clock. They've got possession. Bella Vista slagging off quickly. Arrow, 2 dribbles to the half court. Doesn't get it off in time. Sinks it. If only there was another half a second on the clock, Haley, things would have been different.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-point deficit, which is a good spot to be in for Orangeville based on how those first 2 quarters went.
Yes, absolutely. Strong first halves from both sides. And I'm sure with a little pep talks here from their coaches and working out a few kinks in each team's game, we're going to have a very exciting second half.
Well, don't go anywhere. We've got second half action coming at you from the Toronto Pan Am Center. You're watching the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Classic on OSBA TV live on YouTube. We're back inside the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center. Second half action. Orangeville Prep trailing CIA Bella Vista by 5, 48-43. JJ Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson. And here's that kid, Cole Arrow, we've been boasting about. Doesn't get that one to go. What are you seeing from both sides that is things that you're thinking they should build on here in the second half as Sharp takes it to the rack?
Yeah, well, I think for Bella Vista, I think their offense has definitely been clicking. That's doing a great job. We know that they love the no-look passes. They move off the ball perfectly. I think bringing the intensity on defense, though, to keep Orangeville down. I mean, they've closed the gap significantly here. So I think the defensive pressure, which I think we're seeing glimpses of, but I think you can play up on them a little bit more, especially with how many three-pointers we saw in that first half. And then, of course, for Orangeville Prep, I think it's got to be very similar as well. I think they can do a little bit more cutting here and there because you have to assume that they will get played up on a little bit more because of those threes. But I think moving a little bit more off the ball and them too raising the intensity on defense is going to help them out a lot.
Jordan Charles with the bounce pass inside, doesn't go. Getting his own rebound is BJ Odorlino. We're going to bring it back out. Rokeem Green finds Charles. Got to do a better job rebounding the ball if you're Orangeville. Zone defense. A little bit of switching happening here. Rokeem Green finds the lane, doesn't get it to go. Arrow fighting for it. Gets knocked in the leg. Sharp steps into a Jimmy in the mid-range. That falls. The official having to dive out of the way of Arrow. Arrow picked up by Green quite heavily. Morrison from the baseline doesn't get it to go. Charles swoops in for the rebound. Turns on the Jets. Gets past the first level of defense. Kicks it to the corner. Green calmly bottoms it. Quick timeout for Orangeville. Everything they just talked about at that halftime huddle needs to be reiterated right now.
Yes, absolutely. And we heard them do a big cheer and celebration when they were breaking that huddle. So they clearly believe in the plan that the coaches have set out for them. So a quick reminder here and there. I like that move instead of letting it linger too long if they're not seeing what they want to see.
2 minutes, 5 seconds gone in the third quarter. It's a 10-point lead now for Bella Vista, who just seem to be in rhythm a little bit more. It's funny, we were joking at the halftime about they kind of look like, just a squad that was picked up across the gym as like a pickup team. Obviously, they've got talent and skill. Just like the other Bella Vista squad, they're running plays, but mostly just figuring out where each other are in space and letting each other eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this Orangeville Prep squad without Lucas Jendrusiak and Isaiah Lucusa here today.
Yeah, some big pieces too. So regardless of the results of this tournament for Orangeville, they have a very great basis of a team, and it's only going to go up.
Morrison to inbounds. It's an errant buzzer, I believe. So we'll redo that. Joel Campbell accepts it. Picked up by Green. Switched on to from Jordan Charles. Campbell working top side. Dumps it off to Olusegun. Looking for the back cut. It's not there. Toto up top. Trying to shake his defender. Shane Sharp has a runway. And they're going to call the goaltend on Morrison, who got back and interrupted that, but it was above the rim. Around the cylinder is goaltending. Great effort. Onari Hall gives it up. Takes the dive, and it's right there. Onari Hall, well read by Olusegun, formerly North Star Prep, joining Orangeville Prep this year. Green double teamed into the corner. Hall makes up his ground. Stepping out of bounds was Green again. As Jordan Charles flushes the three that won't count. Campbell picked up by Nashane Sharp. Foul on the backside, too much contact. That's going to go against BJ Oderlino. Noah George into the game for Bella Vista. Lamar Murray into the game for Orangeville. And the inbound pass intended for Onari Hall, unable to be corralled. Satimo Yugu also in the game for Bella Vista. Sharp wants George on his right. He gets him there. The handoff. Timo Yugu comes up for it. Picked up by Olusegun. Now the switch. Rokeem Green from deep. Front iron. Who's going to get that rebound? Of course. Nice Bakare. Beats everybody to it. Rokeem Green puts the ball on the deck where it can be swatted. And it is knocked out of bounds by Hall.
Those defensive rebounds are going to become more and more crucial for Orangeville and not letting up those second chance opportunities here.
Nice Bakare. Has it. Looking inside. George forced back to the perimeter by Murray. Murray right up in his grill. Playing good defense. Knocks it loose. Joel Campbell has got Toto with him. He dumps it off. Toto slams it with two. And they're going to erase the basket. He went up for the dunk. I'm not too sure what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Yeah.
The officials are going to come together. And I think they should award the basket because he's up for the dunk. He can't let go because he's surrounded by a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So all three officials will come together to get this right.
Yeah, tricky situation there.
I mean, I don't really know the rule book fully and completely.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a sticky situation. But to me, it seems like there was no intention of knocking it in.
Exactly, and there was no safer way to do that there. He would have hurt himself or someone else. He had no room to land.
No basket as they originally scored it. Obviously, that doesn't happen very frequently.
Yeah. Tricky situation for refs here.
But good on them for coming together to discuss. Make sure they all fully understand the ruling. Still a 10-point game. Under 6 to go in the third quarter. Green across the timeline, working on Hall. Hands it off to Sharp. George inside. Knocked to the corner. Given up. Toto has it. Tough call there. Olusegun running in the middle of the floor. And the official says he turned his body into the path of Green to stop him from getting to the ball.
Second point the ball.
It'll be Bella Vista ball. Side out. George goes all the way to the backcourt. He's going to get ahead of steam. Trying to bait Murray maybe into a foul. Green. Another offensive rebound for Bella Vista. Green reloads. This time Toto snatches the board. Finds Hall. Hall with a toe on the line. Leaves it short. Yugu finds Green, who hands it off to George. Working back to the middle of the court. Pulls it out. Picked up by Lamar Murray. Now it's nice Bakare. Who gives it up to George, switched onto by Campbell. The double team comes. Bakare looking for a lane on the right. throws up a careless shot. Campbell has Murray to his right. Murray, one dribble into a comfortable 3-shot that rims in and out. Rokeem Green tossed it up, almost got it back. Campbell now, it's a 2-on-3, so he'll slow down and wait for a teammate over the top. Olusegun, easy off glass with the left. Shane Sharp gets by Campbell. Floater from the mid-range, too strong. Yugu, rebound, no good. Sharp, going to bring it out. Green, feet set, shots up, front iron, back iron. Onari Hall snatches the board. Hall avoids double team, picks up the dribble, needs some help, gives it back. Olusegun, Murray, time and space, finds Toto in the corner. He bottoms a 3. 6'8" forward, class of 2027. Looks comfortable shooting that.
Yeah, absolutely.
George from just beyond the elbow. Joel Campbell called for contact on the arm. One of the assistant coaches there from Orangeville having to be held back by Rashid Morrison, the 6'5" forward. Joel Campbell called for the foul on the arm. Team's second foul. Noah George finds himself at the line. Plays his club basketball with AZ Unity, as do a lot of these players from Bella Vista. Formerly of Dream City Christian. Noah Dacre comes in for Orangeville. Murray gets it over the timeline. Toto off the fingertips. George has it the other way for Bella Vista. Charles does not hesitate. Flying in from the outside. Onari Hall has it the other way. Nice Euro step, left it short. Exchange of misses here. George poking, prodding, kicks it out. Heel on the line, and again, the gray out of bounds line doing some injustice.
Yep. Well, Orangeville is allowing at least 2 attempts per possession here for Bella Vista, which not all of them have gone in on those second attempts, but regardless, they got to fight a little bit harder for those defensive rebounds. And I think they could push a little harder for the offensive rebounds as well.
Campbell, Dacre playing give and go. 59-52, Bella Vista ahead. Campbell from the mid-range, in and out. And into the hands of Bakare. He finds Charles, who will bring it over the timeline, working on Lamar Murray. Charles gets the step, uses the glass, and he knows all the angles and how to beat you. Looked like that was last touch by Bella Vista. Officials say it's off the hands of Christ Nato. And it will go to Bella Vista. Two and a half to go in the third quarter. Charles turns the corner, kicks it to George for the 3, and that rattles in almost effortless.
Yeah. The combination of Noah George and Jordan Charles is very deadly.
Murray dials it up. That's off the front of the iron. Unable to be saved. Lamar Murray now 1 of 5 from beyond the arc in this game. Charles picked up by Murray. That quick first step gets him into the lane, up and through. Oh my. This guy is a walking highlight reel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hall streaking down the middle of the court, goes end to end, blocked at the top by BJ Odorlino. Back the other way, Jordan Charles. Count the basket and the foul. How about 6 points and an assist in the last 4 possessions
Yeah.
for Jordan Charles?
He's nearly impossible to stop once he's on the run. Like he can finish it out with no matter who's right in front of him. It really doesn't matter. He's a extraordinary player. It's so difficult to guard, but you can't be in situations where it's a one-on-one situation. You just can't.
If he gets the first step, he's blown by the first line of defense. The help comes, he finds the open man.
Yeah.
In transition, you try and put a body on him, he'll beat you. He's got a second move, a third move.
Mm-hmm.
Dacre. He's usually a catch and shoot guy. Surprised he held on to that one.
Yeah.
Toto from distance. Tried to drop it in. Nope. Quickly ahead. Odorlino throwing it down. Bakare scratched that, throwing it down.
Well, I think the big key here for at least the end of the third is to stop their transition. Orangeville's got to cut off that transition because at the end of the day, whoever they've got on the floor right now, you don't want any single one of them in transition. They're all just as deadly as the other to blow this game out of proportion here. It's a point game right now, and they're going to that in to within 10 as quick as possible.
It was 5 at the half.
Yeah.
Hall wants the screen. Murray's going to go down to free up Olusegun. Toto looking back door. Good defense here by Bella Vista. It's turned over. Dacre corrals it. Orangeville has numbers. Lamar Murray. Palmley from distance. Drops it in. Now 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Noah George catches Lamar Murray sleeping, kicks it out. Jordan Charles, shooting practice for the kid.
You just can't stop him. It's like you have to have people always designated to be on him because you just can't leave him.
Jordan Charles picks up the foul on the loose ball, coming down on the arm of Lamar Murray, who heads to the bench. 38.3 left in the third quarter. 18-point game. Morrison into Hall. Baker keeps it in off the official. I guess that's still a live ball. Backside, calling for it the whole way was Rasheed Morrison. Bella Vista can hold for the final possession here of the third quarter. Dacre up on George, now backs off. George trying to create space, kicks it. Ikani inside. They're going to count that basket. Even though Jordan Charles was on the rim, the basket went in after he had vacated the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So the officials are going to talk about that. Right now, it's a counted basket. But that at least is the call on the floor.
Yeah. Well, goaltending has caused some troubles for the refs and the coaches in this game. Haven't had that today. Well, we've had some goaltending calls, but not as complex as these ones.
Still awaiting word on whether or not that last basket will count. It did go through the hoop before the expiration of time. The question is, did Jordan Charles' presence on the rim affect it so that it would be goaltending or offensive interference?
Just from the body language, it looks like it's going to count.
It does seem to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and there were the two calls before were very different. So it's not like if you give this one to Orangeville and don't count it, it kind of cancels out the other. They're both pretty different.
John Sidori actually doing a good job of convincing the officials to come back together and discuss what they each saw. Sidori saw what we saw.
I would say the key for Bella Vista to take this game home is keep trying to force that transition game. They have a fast team, a team that can work quick, and they all are in such good communication and court awareness of each other that it's really easy for them to find that outlet pass, and for Orangeville to do their best to try to get back into this game and make it a really tight one and walk away with that win. They have to limit Bella Vista to one shot attempt per possession.
All right, so they are not going to count the last bucket. It was decided by all three officials that Charles was on the rim when the shot was up and towards the basket. So no basket, 73-57, Bella Vista ahead still comfortably, but can Orangeville thwart any more offense from Bella Vista? It's going to start with the defensive end and cleaning up the defensive glass.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's Onari Hall, picked up by Rokeem Green. Taker accepts it high. Down inside. Olusegun attacked from behind. He'll go to the line for a look at two. Timo Yugu picks up the third personal. Senior year for Bami Olusegun. He misses both, but right there, Noah Dacre gets the rebound. Second chance opportunity, keeps it alive, kicks it out. Toto, not afraid to stroke it. Has to pull it back out as he's double teamed. He finds Hall. Hall's got Toto right back. Dacre, catch and shoot. That's his specialty.
Yeah, getting some more of that from him is gonna really help them out. And one thing about that possession though is they're gonna have to find the extra man. They're gonna have to do it quick, because the way that Bella Vista was able to all adjust to the double team, but then have someone shift around was really impressive. So to have multiple weapons who are going to shoot that three and to have numerous guys to do that, it's going to open up their game a lot more.
First defensive possession resulted in a defensive rebound for Orangeville. Here's Dacre. Picked up George. And yeah, he got his hand in there. Tied him up on the arm. Was not on the shot, so one foul for each team right now. Dacre picks up his first personal foul. Very close to being back. Green attacks Hall on the baseline, spins, fades, gets it to go. Hall finds Toto looking baseline. Up and under through contact. Rasheed Morrison will go back to the line. They're putting pressure on this Bella Vista defense. Rakeem Green picks up his fourth personal foul. Rasheed Morrison at the line. This is an entirely different fourth quarter, Haley, if Orangeville hit even 50% more free throws.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another 50% trip to the line. Dacre had position for the rebound in case of a miss. Charles splits the D, gets into the middle, slows it down, and you got to think Bella Vista is going to just really slow the clock down here. Over top. It's going to stay with Bella Vista, 12 on the shot clock. Again, up next at 8 o'clock, Uchenna Academy versus Bella Vista EIBC 3. Charles gets baseline, kicks it. Shot is up from the corner. That rattles in from the hands of Nice Bakare. Nari Hall looking for a lane. All entry points shut off by Bella Vista defense. Toto works back to the middle, has a lane, gets there, dumps it off, leaving it for Olusegun. George has it up top, picked up by Morrison, gets inside, blocked from the backside. Dacre tries to get out to Green. Corner three, in and out, loose ball. Dacre has it, quickly ahead. It's Morrison with the runway, 2-foot takeoff, and a two-handed jam. 7 minutes to go, 78-65. It's now or never for Orangeville. Dacre gives George the lane, and George makes no mistake. Short contact on the backside, count the basket, and one. Dacre was so consumed by the screen coming to the right
Yeah.
that as soon as he looked at that way,
Yeah.
went to the right, beat him baseline.
Yeah. And Noah George seems like someone he can just adjust. He can see that, he can recognize that within the split second and then make that choice to take it himself. So very high IQ player he is.
Completes the N1 play as Nashane Sharp checks back into the game for Noah George.
Well, defensive pressure is definitely picking up on both sides. We saw Orangeville put a little bit of a press on, and now Bella Vista is giving it right back.
Toto steps out of bounds. If you're going to accept the pass near the boundary, you've got to give yourself space to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And tricky situation there to get trapped immediately once that happens. But we got to think of where we're putting our players and which teammates you're passing to in the situation they're in.
Green from the elbow, fading away. No, underneath the basket to collect it. Kicks back out to Shane Sharp. That's a defensive rebound that is needed. Toto looking for Olusegun, who blocks the second chance opportunity. And that outlet pass. You never want to, in hockey, you never want to push it up the middle. In basketball, you push it up the middle, especially in the defensive end. You want to look for your outlets on the wings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just basic breakout.
Yeah.
Yugu steps up to the line for a look at two. Cole Arrow back into the game for Orangeville, as is Lamar Murray. An 0 for 2 trip for Yugu. And here's Morrison working up the left-hand side. Usually plays that dunker spot position, power forward. So he hands it off here. Onari Hall slips. Loose ball picked up. Olusegun is fouled on the ground. That's going to be the third foul against Bella Vista. Timeout called. Orangeville prep. 6:04 left in the fourth quarter. No better time to drop a play than right now.
Yeah,
He got the ball on
absolutely.
the baseline. And what has John Sidore drawn up for his Orangeville side to get them a basket? Cut this 14-point lead, 16-point lead, I beg your pardon, down to something a little more manageable. It's going to go all the way to Arrow. Dialed it from deep. That's off the mark. Loose ball. Green finds Charles. Charles with that stutter step. Brings it back out to Green. Swing, swing, sharp. Cut off by Arrow. Sharp works into the paint. Fading away. Leaves it short. Rebound. Finds its way to the hands of Lamar Murray. Almost stripped inside. Olusegun. Dump off Morrison. Green has Charles ahead. He's going to pull it back instead of throwing it away. Green just steps into the paint. Nice little floater.
No one challenged him or closed in on him there.
Winari Hall. Working the two-man game. Dumps it off to Olusegun, who takes a body. Charles. Finds Sharp. Baseline floater. That rattles in. Now a 20-point lead for Bella Vista. Arrow pushed back towards the timeline. But then he gets a sliver of space and works with it. Inside floater. Fouled. Yugu picks up his fifth personal. Arrow makes good on both the free throws. Pair of substitutions in for Orangeville's Rico Reach. Lorison heads to the bench. Jason Akani in. Baseline cut off the bench on the board. Jason Akani, what a find.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff you can't teach, right? It's just innate. You see the
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah,
Where your
absolutely.
player's supposed to be. Arrow pulls up from just inside the three-point line for two. George steps through, fouled on the way up. Noah George goes back to the free throw line.
He's shown a lot of contact in this game here, but he doesn't shy away from any of that physicality and always goes up with a really strong take. There's never really been a moment where he's gone in for that contact and hasn't really come out with the call.
No, he's one of those players too that you can't really speed up. He plays slightly slower.
Yeah.
It's his own pace.
Yeah. Yeah, which just forces whoever's defending to kind of like jump a little too quick.
Murray trying to shake George. Dials it from deep, and now is 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, unable to be corralled by Nashane Sharp. Nice Bakare in for Rokeem Green. As Cole Arrow continues to try and get his team's energy level positive and upward. All the way to Lamar Murray at the logo. Here's Hall. Murray cuts through, gets it back. Heel on the line. A little bit of pressure, but No one's watching the back end. Bakare accepts it, resets it. George over top. Bakare took off from outside of the hash marks
Yeah.
and threw it
And the
down.
no look, it's ridiculous.
George.
Oh.
Cole Arrow getting in the path of the offensive player on the fast break. Free throws upcoming for BJ Oderlino. I believe it was Oderlino on the fast break. Turns out George is going to throw up the free throws here. Very comfortable from the line.
Wow.
15 foul against Bella Vista means free throws upcoming here. 91-69. Plenty of opportunities, Haley, for Orangeville to come back. They couldn't piece it all together.
No, it looked like it at certain points. It's just the transition basketball that Bella Vista was playing and just the amount of opportunities they got from that really hurt them in the third. And by that point, it wasn't just about keeping up their offense. It was about shutting theirs down basically completely for them to catch up, which is a really difficult task with Noah George and Jordan Charles.
Jordan Charles had that 3-minute span where he just
Yeah.
went off.
Yeah.
Few assists, took it to the rack himself, and one opportunity.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot from the three, really displaying his skill set.
Yeah.
George, top side, hands it off. Good ball movement. Charles now into the paint, lobs it up, throwing it down to BJ Oderlino. Bella Vista with the steal. The lane opens up. The reverse jam for nice Bakare.
Wow.
And then Bakare with the block. Getting some body as well. Lamar Murray to the free throw line. Bella Vista grind looking to drop the first century score in this tournament. (95-72). The score now. Jordan Charles finds Noah George. Good box out by Onari Hall. He finds Dacre on the run. Dacre, the dump off to Toto. Coming back. Toto was hounded from behind. Foul's going to go on the floor, but Toto will shoot 2 free throws. Jason Akani picks up the foul. It's been a long weekend of hoops here at the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Classic, and it all comes down to one more game. Uchenna Academy taking on the third Bella Vista squad, the EIBC 3 squad. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off. Stick around with us. It's bound to be a good one. Nice strip from Dacre. Gets the ball to Onari Hall. He tries to split the defense and does. Kicks. Extra pass. Dacre wing 3. No good. Charles swallows up the board. Under 2 to go. He takes the whole way. Blocked by Dacre. Former Ontario teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Murray into the front court. Pulls up. That's pure. Got to his spot quite easily there. Navigating a pair of Bella Vista defenders. George turns it over. Denari Hall has one to beat. Elevates into the body of Charles and scores. Here's Charles turning on the Jets, lobbing it up. Doing a good job defending that. Was Tutu Toto. Able to read those lob passes now that it's the fourth quarter. They've seen enough of them.
Yeah, seriously.
Here's Lamar Murray. Pulls it from distance. That one finds the bottom. It's been 2 minutes. Bella Vista still stuck at 95. Charles calmly waits for the screen. Gets around it to the corner. Green. Too strong. That's going to go with Orangeville. Daker to Hall. Hall picks it up. Gives it up. Daker snatches it away. Takes it all the way with the left. Too strong. Charles over the timeline. Peeks at the clock. Realizes all he's got to do is dribble it out. Lamar Murray right there by his side. And that's it. Orangeville Prep go 0-3 in the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Classic. 95-81 the final of the 6 p.m. tip-off here at the Toronto Pan Am Center.
Well, that was a very good game. And despite a larger margin nearing the end, it still always felt very competitive because both teams were going on these epic runs throughout the whole time. And regardless of the score, it was extremely entertaining to watch. I mean, Bella Vista, that team is just phenomenal. We knew Jordan Charles, Noah George. I haven't seen him play too many times. That was very exciting. The tandem of the two of them is that's going to be dangerous for a lot of people. And then Orangeville Prep, we know they're missing some key players that are going to be key players once they're back. And they've got a really solid foundation. They're playing a team that looks like they play with each other 24/7, no look passes and all. So Orangeville Prep, they're on the right track. Not how they definitely wanted to start kind of the season, but this isn't really the start of the season anyway. So they'll just have to shake it off, and it'll probably with 3 losses in a tournament, they're gonna have lots of footage to look back and figure out how to not have that again.
Next game coming your way on OSBA TV live on YouTube right here from the Toronto Pan Am Center. The final game of the Jamal Murray Blue Arrow Classic, 8 o'clock tip-off. We will be here, and we hope you will too.